Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rabbi Cass from thesofercenter.com. Today's video I'm going to be teaching you how to put on tefillin for a lefty, that's somebody who puts tefillin on their right hand, according to Minhag Chabad. So the first thing you need to do is identify which knot you have. So assuming you have a Chabad knot, this is what it's going to look like. So as you can see here, the knot has the loop on the same side as the actual yud. It almost looks like an Ashkenaz knot, except that in Ashkenaz the loop will typically be a little bit larger. Now what's interesting with the Chabad knot is that it's actually an adjustable knot. It can be made larger and smaller. So if you know that you have a Chabad knot and it's larger or smaller and you want to learn more about adjusting the knot, I have another video where I explain the idea of opening and closing the knot and why it's adjustable, and I will put a link to that at the end of this video, a link to that video so you can watch that if you're interested in watching that. Now Chabad typically only make one bracha on the shel yad and have also in mind the shel rosh. However, if you do make an interruption between putting on the hand tefillin after the bracha is made before putting on the shel rosh, it would be required to make a second bracha on the shel rosh. So with that being said, let's get started. Okay, so you're going to take the shel yad, that's the tefillin without the shin, that's the shel yad. Many times it has a plastic casing on it. And you're going to slide it over your arm. Make sure the shirt is high enough and there's nothing intervening between the tefillin and your body. To get it on, I'm going to turn around. Okay. Making sure the sleeve is not in between. Now once you have the tefillin positioned properly on the arm, before you actually tighten it in place is when you're going to make the bracha. Now like I mentioned earlier, Chabad, some have the minhag to open and close the knot. And if you want to learn more about that, check out the other video, which will be linked at the end of this video. So now we're going to make the bracha. Ba-ruch, a-tah, Adonai, Elo-hay-nu, Melech, Ha-o-lam, asher, kidd-usha-nu, vit-tzi-va-nu, te-fe-lin. And after you made the bracha, you tighten the tefillin on your arm. Now one thing I should mention with Chabad knot, it's very easy for the yud not to be touching the bias, which is very important that the yud touch the actual bias. So one of the ways that you ensure that you do that is when you go over the back of the tefillin to create the shin, you actually go over the back of the yud. So watch how I'm doing this. So do you see that? How that brings the yud to the bias? So we're going to go just like that over the back of the tefillin once and twice to create the shin. Okay, so once we have the shin, we're going to go on the arm 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then you go on the hand, a half. And then you wrap the rest of the vit-tzi-va-nu over the palm of your hand. Now we're going to put on the shel rosh. Place the knot over the back of the tefillin. That way you can just easily put the vit-tzi-va-nus on each side. Now if you did make an interruption between putting on the hand tefillin and the head tefillin, it would be required at this point to make a second blessing. I'm not going to make the blessing because typically it's not required. If you do need the blessing, you can find it in the description. So you put the tefillin on your head and fit it into place. Now I'm going to show you how to wrap the tefillin around the hand. Okay, so you're going to unwrap the vit-tzi-va-nu from around the palm of your hand. Okay, so you have that half where we left off, and you're going to come along the palm, go over once, the top of the hand, go straight to the middle finger. You go once beneath the knuckle, once above the knuckle, and once beneath the knuckle. And then you continue onto the palm of the hand. Chabad does not have the minhag to say ve'erastich. And then you continue wrapping along the palm of your hand. And when you get to the end, you simply tuck it in once or twice. Some have the custom to tie a little knot. Whatever you do is fine. So this is what the tefillin looks like from the top. And this is what the tefillin looks like from the bottom. So after you are done davening or fulfilling the mitzvah of tefillin, you take off the tefillin in the exact opposite manner. You start with taking off the vit-tzi-va-nu from around the finger and the palm. You'll wrap around the palm of your hand. You will take off the shel rosh. and then you'll take off the shel yad. And that's how you put on and take off the tefillin according to Minhag Chabad. Now there's another 3 videos of mine I suggest that you check out. The first one would be how to properly wrap up and put away your tefillin. The second video is my video, The Ultimate Guide to Put on Tefillin, how to put on tefillin properly, which I talk about a lot of the halachos pertaining, the laws pertaining to putting on the tefillin, explaining the reasons why we do things the way we do them, as well as explaining the actual proper placement for putting the hand tefillin and the head tefillin on the head, which in this video I did not go into detail at all. The third video I suggest you check out if you do have the Chabad knot is the video which I have explaining the uniqueness about the Chabad knot and whether you should open it or you should not open it. So you should check out that video as well. So if you like this video, like the video, subscribe to the channel so when I make future videos you'll be the first to know, and I'll see you on the next video.